We're on. Great show, right, Mike?
That was
great
show last week. Yeah.
Great show.
This week we have part 2. Everybody wants to come back, and we have
show is too good.
I think we have 2 more people coming.
You
Divided America.
I gave in. The more the merrier. Divided. There's too many people that want to talk about this. Too many kids want to get on. And you know what? I just decided towards the end of the show we're not done. I only got through half my questions, and Jesse actually said, Dr. Don, you ask very loaded questions. I do ask them.
You do, yes.
And they gave loaded answers, and we had dialogue.
All the kids had definitely a strong standpoint on every question.
What I loved about this show is we had great diversity. We have 4 kids that really come
different
backgrounds, and we always welcome that in this show. And I can't think of a better show to have that kind of diversity.
That was interesting. And I know the kids mentioned a little bit during the show, but they also talked to us backstage that they don't get this type of interaction in school. And that if they try to have a debate or discussion, people are screaming and yelling at each other. And what is it about kids are talking that just is conducive to civil conversations?
We create a safe environment for them. I think. Don't you think it's a safe environment? It's been coming up for 18 shows now.
Right.
That these kids never get a chance. They might get some hit, like they got some Thomas Jefferson history, which we learned tonight in the classroom. But what they don't get is a chance to take that history and dialogue with other kids and have the conversations that they had tonight. And this is what we do when kids are talking. But it's great that we're doing this and it makes us feel good. But it also is very disappointing that kids are not getting a forum outside of our show to do what they do so well here.
Well, as always, our show is and should serve as a model for how these types of discussions should go. Like you were also talking to me, at some point down the road, maybe we'll bring kids who are talking to the schools.
I think
we'll stop by some schools and we'll have a on stage and discussion and try to show how you can have a civil conversation. You can disagree. Everyone can get their thought points out, and you can walk away saying, hey, you know what? I learned something from that other person.
Well, that's I consider the Antique Roadshow. It's the Kids Are Talking Roadshow.
Right.
Because the Antique Roadshow is great, and I really have had a vision of
we'll get a camper van and we'll broadcast
take it around the country.
Like pump up the volume, right? That's what you said.
Like pump up the volume. It would really be amazing.
Except it's not underground. It's above ground.
Yeah, it's above ground. That's right. Well, even though we are in your basement. This is your basement. But I really do think that would be a great thing I've already spoken to a couple of superintendents and to get it in the schools. And not only are we showing that kids want to do this, adults don't do it very well. I got attacked at dinner one night because I was talking about people not getting jobs and they were just getting federal money. And I swear to God, it was one of my closest friends. I thought he was going to basically attack me across the table. We didn't get to that. We didn't even get to that one. I'm going to throw that one out there next week.
Well, people are passionate. And I think they kind of mix passion for a subject with anger. And it's, you can be passionate without being hateful.
And aren't we talking basically about the theme of our show, Divided America?
Yes.
And the thing is that the kids did a really good job tonight showing, actually just by modeling the discussion, what we would do to become a less divided America.
Right.
So in a sense, the show was about the show, just in terms of how the kids were with each other. So I think any of you who missed this week's show can get a chance next week to see what we're talking about. And there were a lot of things that we didn't get to tonight that were really amazing. But I thought their conversation about Thomas Jefferson and the statues was really revealing.
Well, I think the kids, for the most part, were on the same page with a lot of things. So if anyone's watching and they totally disagree with everything or anything that any of the kids said, I would like you to be on the next show. So you have till Thursday. We will allow you on the show. If you come to me and just drop us a line on any social media or just send us a note through our website, and you disagree and you want to make your stance heard in a civil discussion, we welcome you on Kids Are Talking to have that discussion about Divided America.
And the only other thing I want to add is that's Mike Budd. So just so you know, that is Mike Budd, and he is going to put his name under. Right?
Oh, you think I need a name tag? I'm the only one without a name tag.
People want to know who you are, man. They want to know who this guy is that I'm dialoguing with. They like us together.
Right.
But they know who Dr. Don is. They want to know who Mike Budd is. So I think you're all going to know this is Mike Budd, and you from now on you'll see his name and his identity.
I will label myself.
And for all of you people that are so phobic about writing comments on our show, if you don't feel like going into the chat room because it feels too intrusive, although we would like you on the chat room,
The kids love the intrusion. They stop what they're doing. They read the chats.
they
All the panelists can see the chats from no matter where you're posting them. They can all see them, and they like to mention it. We bring it into the show.
Well,
So it's comment.
So
let us know what you think.
So like, see if you can work through your phobic technology issues, and
Don't be
Dr. Don
shy.
and Dr. Don, who has his own phobic technology issues. Why don't you all hear from me now that I'm saying, because I'm willing to put 6 kids on a show now when I only wanted 3 and I threw a tantrum about it this afternoon. Why don't you just put comments on our show and chat on our show? It's really okay. It's really okay. And that's all I want to say tonight. That's
so
it.
yeah,
That's
so
it.
tune in this Thursday, November 4th, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, or you can always watch the replay if you miss it. And kids are talking, and we want to hear from you. So
And always learning, and as Mike Budd always has to say, for those of you that think he's too repetitive, it is a great show, and the show must go on. Right?
it will be a great show, and we'll see you then.
That's Mike Budd. Later. See ya.